Hello, Living Dead Dolls fans. This is Josh, aka Doggiepants, and I'm coming at you in partnership with Mezco Toys for another Living Dead Dolls review. So, I am very excited because I got in a really incredible set that they released that I knew that they were releasing for a long time, and I'm happy that they finally came out. That is the Living Dead Dolls Series 31 Glow in the Dark variants. Now, we have had a lot of glow in the dark variants in the past, but these ones are actually really interesting in that they glow slightly different colors, especially Umbreel, which I'll go to in a minute. But Creek also has a different color. They have a different feel to them than a lot of the glow in the dark dolls in the past, so I think they're a little bit more interesting and kind of cool, and I dig them. Plus, they are limited to 50 sets, so these are going to be really hard to track down, guys. But they're very cool. So if you can do it, you should do it. Absolutely. It's worth it. But yeah, let's start with the coffins, shall we? So the coffins are exactly the same as the ones from the actual Series 31. Black coffins, no handles. The chipboards were actually nice. They were really simple. So this one's Umbreel, right? You can kind of see like this room in the background, a couple little eyes glowing, the name of the doll, and then the poem. What I always thought interesting about this was nowhere on the uh, chipboard did it actually say Living Dead Dolls, which I don't know, it's just kind of interesting. It also had black tissue paper. They all have black tissue paper. The original series had black tissue paper as well, so it's they're pretty much exactly the same. Yeah, but shall we take a look at the dolls? All right, here we go. First up is, oh, and always, I'm doing from my least favorite to my favorite. Series 31 was a really good series, so even my least favorite could have easily been my favorite in a different series. So, keeping that in mind, my least favorite for this series is actually the Dark. And again, I think it's just she's not as interesting as some of the other ones, but still really great doll. So, her outfit is a really kind of nice period black piece we can see here. This is all one piece. There is a giant bow on the back of it here, and that is done the way they do with bows in a lot of these kind of dresses for Living Dead dolls. It looks like it's actually tied around the doll, but it's actually attached to one side of the Velcro. So you can unvelcro the dress without untying the bow. So just be aware of that. The way that this dress is built is kind of interesting. It looks like it has multiple tiers, but it really doesn't. We've got a skirt with a little bit of ruffle that goes around this part of the bottom. There we go. That ruffle follows up kind of the side of this dress and then does a loop down in the front and then comes back and goes, around the back. So we don't have that ruffle right on this layer here. This layer looks like it's kind of a second underlayer to the dress, but it only exists in this front portion. So this underlayer is sewn right along this seam. It's kind of hard to see in this video because everything is black, but hopefully I'm describing it well. At the high points of this like little loop here in the front, we've got two ribbon bows. There we go, that you can see right there. It is, gathered here right below the bodice to give it kind of like a pleated or a, kind of effect. There's two tiers to her sleeve there, which is really nice little detail. She's got a puffed shoulder. And then we have these really nice details along the front of them as well. And those are kind of, it's like embroidery on the front of the dress. So it's really lovely. High black collar. But that's pretty much it for her black dress. She does have witchy boots on. Oh, and I also wanted to point out what people don't realize sometimes is she is wearing like a black pant underneath this as well. So that's really nice. It's tucked into her boot. It is a separate piece and it does have Velcro right around the waist underneath her dress. But there we go. That's her outfit. Her hair is really nicely rooted. It's pretty thick. Here we go. I'll show you the back of it. It's got some gel here in the front, and the idea was to kind of hold it down over her eyes, right? Because the eyeball is in her mouth, so she doesn't need her eyes. So it's cut in a very specific way. You can kind of see that in the video. For my regular one that stays in my collection, I brushed out the gel a little bit. There's still a little bit of gel in this doll's version, though. Just be aware. I'm going to pull apart her bangs so you can see what's going underneath. going on underneath. So her eyes have been gouged out. Obviously, they're bloody. And she has those hollow eyes that we've seen on Living Dead dolls before. We first saw them on Tessa, but hers do not have kind of the buildup or the scar tissue around it. But you can see that it's actually like inset the plastic there in the eye, so there is actually kind of a hole. Um, yeah, so there's blood around the eyes. She does have eyebrows, a really kind of intense arched eyebrow as if she's screaming. Black lip, and then she's got this really cool eyebrow or eyeball painted on her tongue right there. See that? It's nice. She is crying blood as well. So she sees out of her mouth, this doll, the dark, super, super cool. I'm going to hold up the regular version next to her so you can see there is actually not that much difference between this two except for the glow in the dark aspect. But there we go. So that is the dark. Moving on. Next up is Creek. And the reason that I chose Creek next is because he doesn't actually look that different, except he's glow in the dark. The original was clear plastic, which was kind of a really cool, eerie, weird thing. I guess they kind of did it with the posies in the past, but this one just felt really, really cool, and I dug him. But let's take a look at him. He has the black Living Dead Dolls boots as well. He also, no, I'm sorry, it's not tights. It's long black socks, right? To give him that kind of schoolboy uniform, you know, with the high socks and the like high cut pants. So that's that. He's got this amazing wool coat. I love his coat. I love these plastic buttons that they've put on them. They're really, really nice detail. They're actual buttons. They're not painted on. It does have a collar that lays down. This is a separate piece that you can take off. So I'm going to pull it down so you can see what's going on underneath. So then he's got this cute little vest with these 3 little buttons. And then a white shirt on underneath that vest. The way that this is built is this piece here is all one piece, okay? You can get your finger up underneath this vest here. I don't know why you'd want to, but I just did. But it is sewn right here along the seam, so it doesn't go all the way to the back of the doll. There's Velcro in the back. You can unvelcro it, take it all off as one piece. But that's Creek's outfit. Creek has a really kind of haunting look, right? This white eye with blue rim and then black around that. And then he does have a little bit of a crack in his head that's not in the plastic, that's just painted on. Blood that drips down one side. He has a lot of gel in his hair. And again, my permanent version, I've brushed out some of the gel. You'll see that. This one I've left in just because he's such a collector's item. I don't want to mess with him too much. But yeah, and his hair is really thickly rooted. You can't really tell because there's just a lot of gel in his hair, but it is thickly rooted. He's a very, very cool boy doll. And here is the regular. So do you see what I mean about the clear plastic? I think the clear plastic is a little bit more interesting with this doll, but the glow in the dark obviously is cool because it glows in the dark. So, but that's him. That is Creek. Moving on. Next up is this cute doll that I just think is so creepy cute, and that is Be Neath. A lot of people have mixed feelings about this doll, but I think she's really cool. She's really pretty. I love bubblegum pink hair when they put them on dolls. I just think it's so cute and eerie. Like cute creepy is my favorite. You guys know that, so I'm always into that. But here we go. Let's take a look at the doll. So, sorry, I've got her dress up. She's got the cute little black Mary Jane shoes on, right? And the reason I was holding her dress up because I was trying to see what kind of tights these are, and they're very interesting. They're almost have a little bit of elastic to them. They have a little bit of a sheen. They're black, and yeah, the original has that as well. So they're really kind of a black shiny tight, and it does go all the way down the foot there, and it's about waist high. Then she's got this cute little baby girl, very simple dress on. It's pink and black vertical stripes, very tight vertical stripes, and it's really simple. It gathers a little bit there right underneath the bodice. There's 3 little buttons, a little black ribbon tie. circular collar that does have some fuzz to it. It's like a felt. It's a white felt. But there's no embellishments around the sleeve or the bottom of the dress or anything. It's very simple. It's all one piece, and it does Velcro up the back. That's a little bit of her hair there, sorry. It does Velcro up her back. Her hair is really thickly rooted, and I apologize, there's quite a bit of a glare happening for her. I'll hold her up close so you can kind of get a good look. It's nice rooted. It does have, it kind of goes every which way a little bit. I think the original laid a little bit better, and this one might once she's, been out of the coffin for a while, so we'll see. She's got a really kind of severe bang, which I like. And then she's got this creepy face paint. So she's the smiling Beelzebub doll that we first saw with Beelzebub. So the teeth are exposed. She's got red around her mouth that almost looks like she's been sucking on too many suckers. So she's real intense, Red around the eyes, white with a blue rim. And then you're going to see that there is a little bit of pink detailing around the eye, the bottom around her mouth, on her neck. So it's like a little bit of shadowing as well, which does show up in the glowing of the doll as well, which I like. But that is Be Neath, you guys. Really creepy cool doll. Love her. Oh, let's hold up the original version with her as well. So there we go. There the two are. So you see what I mean about her hair lays a little bit better, but I think it's just because this one has not been out of the coffin quite as long as this one. But there we go. That's Be Neath. We're going to keep moving. I struggled with these two because I love both of these dolls. And when I did the original video, I think I swapped the two in the way that I actually reviewed these ones. But next up is, it breaks my heart, Thump. Because Thump, I think, is one of the coolest dolls that they've designed in years. I just think it's interesting. It's bizarre. I don't know. She's really cool to me. She, in my opinion. A lot of people say he. I think it's a girl. She's got some serious Sigourney Weaver hair, and I kind of embrace that. But yeah. So this is Thump, y'all. So here we go. I'm going to start with the outfit. We've got the classic Living Dead Dolls boots, but they have gold laces and gold soles, which is really nice detail. I think that's super cool. We see that same gold make it into her pants. I'm going to open this so you can see how far it goes up. And it's a little bit of a high-waisted pant there. There's a little bit of elastic to help keep them up. Obviously, what makes this doll so cool is the amazing felt wool-looking coat that she has. So it's gray. There's a lot of fuzziness to it, which I love. And it brings that gold back into it. We've got all these gold buttons that are just for display because it's all Velcro here. But gold that goes all the way down the front. We have pockets here, and they are working pockets, these like little teeny pockets here on the side. So you could put the tiniest little something in those if you wanted to. Gold little button details right around the cuff of the jacket as well. And then, of course, this high neckline, so you can't see what's going on beneath this doll. So one other thing I want to mention with this doll is she does have the Nosferatu claw arms. So she has kind of bizarre long arms with claws on the end of them, which I really like. And now I'm going to open this coat so you can see what's going on. The paint is exactly the same as the original. So we've got this like weird torn up face. It almost looks like teeth coming down right below her nose there. Blackness with eyes looking out of her cracked open chest. Now, in regards to glowing, the body is glow in the dark. You can see that this is plastic. The eyeballs are not. I kind of wish that the eyeballs glowed in the dark, but they do not. They're just painted on white paint. So just be aware of that. But it does look really creepy when you have this opened and glowing because that black kind of makes it look like the crack is really there. But that is the paint on the inside of Thump. Super cool. Let me get her closed up. We'll keep moving. Maybe. Come on, Thump. Come on, girl. Okay. There we go. So, now, her face has almost zero paint on it. You're going to see right around the eyes that there is a little bit of that shadowing that we first saw in Series 2, that kind of bluish, purplish, grayish shadowing. It's just slight. And just like the dark, her eyes are inset a little bit there and painted black on the inside, so it looks very, very hollow. Her hair is really nicely rooted, and I actually like the variant's hair a little bit better than the original. It feels a little bit thicker, and it lays a little bit more the way that it should. It's really, really nice curly hair that kind of explodes out of the top of this collar, which I really like. But yeah, you guys, that is Thump. And here, let me close this up again. Here she is with the original version. Yeah. Very similar, obviously. You can just tell that this one glows in the dark. But yeah, there we go. All right, that means that my favorite of this series is Umbreel, and there's a reason why Umbreel is my favorite of this series, even though she is very simple. I love it when they do variants, and the variants are drastically different than the original. I think everybody kind of feels that way. I want to see another take on the dolls, and Umbreel was known for the color of her skin, and they've drastically changed it. And on top of that, they've used a plastic that they have not used before in the way that it glows. This doll is so creepy at night when it glows because it's like red. It's like a pink red, and it's bright. She glows better than any of the other dolls, in my opinion. But yeah, let me show you her outfit real quick. The outfit is a very strange material. I don't know what this is. It's almost like a silky, satiny kind of material. I don't know how exactly to explain it. But it's got like a handkerchief kind of cut to it, the bottom of the dress. And it does, how can I explain this? It's sewn in like, there's multiple, I don't even know how to explain it. It is very wide. There's a lot of fabric here. So if I were to pull it out, you could see just how wide her skirt can go. Do you see that? So it's gathered here and pinched on the sides so that it does have like a lot of layers when it hangs. Does that make sense? Yeah, so that's a really, really nice detail. If she spun, the skirt would, go flying. There are kind of the fake buttons right there up the front. We've got a poofed sleeve here that does come down to a similar situation in the like sleeve of the dress right there. You see right on the cuffs. But that is her outfit. It's all one piece, and it does Velcro up the front. Now her hood that comes up is also really, really nice. Here's kind of a 360 image of it. Now there is a little bit of wire in this hood, so you can shape it how you want to shape it. I like it like this because it does hold her hair in nicely, because she has a lot of hair, this doll, to hide in this hood. So I use this wire to help keep it in place, which is nice. I'm going to open this up so you can see that, oh, it's not Velcro. That's right. I'm so sorry, I lied to you. It is, can I do it without damaging her? Yes, a little bit. It's buttons. It's, which we first saw on Damien, kind of those metal buttons. And she's got just two? No, it's got to be more than that, right? No, just two. It's just two buttons here right along the bodice, and then you can take the dress off that way, kind of, drape it down her body. But that is how the outfit comes off. So there is no Velcro down the front or down the back. It's two little buttons. But that's her dress. I also wanted to show you when I unbuttoned that and I pull this up, that body color is all the way down her body. So down her arms. The original Umbreel went from black to clear. So there was kind of like some sort of, like fading effect with her body. That's not the case with this doll. This doll has one color body, but the way that it glows, it's absolutely incredible. So here we go. I'm going to pull out her amazing hair, which we've all seen on Umbreel before. Here it is. Look at that. So much black curly hair. Now, you're going to see a lot of thinness to this doll, especially in the back. And that's because of the amount of curls. If they did really thick rooting on this doll, there would just be too much hair and we couldn't pull the hood up at all. But it doesn't really show off too many bald spots, so it doesn't bother me. And plus, the hair is just so pretty. We've seen that kind of hair before. I think we first saw it on Allison Crux. But yeah, but it's really, really nice. Her face has zero face painting on it. I'm trying to get it so there's not such a glare, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. There we go. There we go. So she almost has like a flesh tone color. Even in the whites of her eyes, it's that same flesh tone. And then we just see a really bright yellow eye with a little black dot. It's as simple as you can get, but makes it look really, really cool when she's glowing. Now, there is one other thing that I do want to mention with this doll, and that is her black outfit, black on black on black, does cause a little bit of staining on her skin. So just be aware that you may be able to see a little bit of staining, especially in her neck area. Mine has a little bit on her neck. There you go. See? So you just want to be aware of that. But there we go. That is Umbreel. I'm going to show the original version and how drastically different they are. I mean, look at that. Still both very, very cool dolls, but could not be any more different. And there's the clear legs, like I said earlier. Yeah, but there we go. That is Umbreel. Now I'm going to get them all lined up here if I can. I think I can. I don't have a very big box to line them up on, but I'm going to try. So that I can show you what they all look like when they are glowing in the dark. So, oh no, Umbreel, come on! You got to keep standing up, girl. You're in the front. All right. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And there they are, you guys. Now, this is a black light, so it's not showing the dolls super, super well. I'm going to get her a little bit closer. But you can see kind of the redness glow in her. And then, especially with Creek, his is a very blue glow versus the green of some of the other ones. Yeah, here, maybe I can show it to you if I bring these guys forward. Do you see how she's got a really intense kind of green glow and he has blue? It's not showing up super well in this video, but you get a pretty dang good idea, I think, of the cool different colors that they glow. Yeah. It's super cool, guys. All right, let's go back to color. All right, and that is it. That is Series 31 variants, y'all. Thank you so much for joining. I'm trying to get a lot of videos done. I think I'm going to have the Resurrection variants up very, very soon. So keep an eye out for that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Big hugs. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
But I see your true colors shine.